Okay, I'm just going to make you a quick video on my phone today. This is just sharing a Japanese maple I bought and I received in the mail a few days ago. It's in so-so health. I mean, it's got a lot of leaves, but its roots do not look good. I was looking at the soil. This soil is very got a lot of organics in it. When I pulled it out and started working on the roots, I'm finding some dead ones around the front here, dead ones in different spots, and there's just kind of a smell of rot in there. So I think I'm looking at this as like an emergency repotting to just try to help this tree. I'm not trying to remove any of these roots. I mean, you can see some of them are good, some of them are not. I'm just trying to get this in a better soil so that it can finish the year off with a little bit more strength, and then we'll worry. I was going to trim this year, but I think I'm just going to leave this all grow. Maybe trim a little bit off, but I'm probably going to do a bit of a chop somewhere, like maybe back to this back one here, because A, this was never cut and dealt with very well, and B, I just don't like the bend it has in it. There's a little one up here too that might be used, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about that until later. This is just a quick, I just wanted to show you what the roots look like on this. I got to try to remove a little more of the dirt. I'm going to open these up a little bit, tease the roots just a little bit, be gentle as I can with them. I'm not going to really remove much, if any. Maybe some of these dead ones that are up here, just to get rid of them. Okay, so here it is, repotted. I got as much of the old dirt out as I could. There were a lot of dead roots along with living roots, so the root system was not in the greatest health on this tree. And I think that's why there's a little bit of lackluster foliage. So hopefully I don't kill the tree, but I don't think it would have did well over the winter in that mix. It would have just stayed waterlogged all winter, as I've had problems with trees do. So it's in my mix. It's buried probably about an inch deeper, because most of the surface roots that were there were dead roots. There was just a few, the bigger ones that were alive. A lot of the smaller ones were dead, or they were off the top of the big roots and they were running weirdly across the top. It doesn't look like it has been repotted in a while, but it wasn't also filling that whole container that it was in. So, and that was because, like I said, some of it was dead. But we'll see what it does. I'll keep it in the shade until it shows signs of putting out new growth. Okay, this is just a picture I took of the tree after I did end up trimming it back a few weeks later. Some of the leaves were looking bad anyway, so I was going to trim at least the leaves off, and I did trim some stuff I didn't want off. And a lot of the leaves had fungus on them, and still some of these leaves have fungus on them, but they're doing better. So I wanted to just get rid of some of that and let it push out new leaves. Here's that Japanese maple that I had done an emergency repot on. It's looking much better on the top. What leaves I left after I showed you a picture. After it was growing for a little bit, I noticed a lot more of the leaves died off. Some of it seems to be that they had fungus. Some just didn't look good. There's still some with some fungus. I think I gotta give it another spray again. But I did the chop before because I figured there was probably a lot more stuff on top than it needed for what roots it had at the time. So I figured I'd just go through, take what I didn't need, take off some of the more, like here, I kept this, but I took off some of the leaves because they were in really bad shape. They probably would have just shriveled up and died anyway, so I figured that would help get this to back bud quicker. And you can see here, here's some buds coming out. These are getting ready to come out. These are starting to come out. These are really coming out here. You can see they're on their way out. There was some back here that have already come out. So hopefully the tree's doing good as long as it gets some strength up for the winter. Which I've got a good, I mean, it's been growing a good month. Almost not month, about 2-3 weeks now. And I've got another good month and a half, maybe 2 months, depending on the weather, of decent growing. I will probably get this out into some more, into the back, into the sun pretty soon. Now that it's starting to put out buds, it's looking good. Like I said, I might want to, you can see there's maybe some fungus there, the leaf down here. So I probably want to spray this again, but I have a few other trees that need to be sprayed too, so I'll make up a batch. And then I also cleaned up this spot back here because I was starting to look. I was thinking I was going to chop this, but I might not chop off that place. I might be able to get it to heal up pretty decent with a couple cleanings. I cleaned off the side there. I'll let that heal up, and then we'll worry about what to do after that. But this part isn't too bad here. In here, this one's almost healed. This one's not too bad, and I cut a little more off here. I just got to decide where I'm going with this top piece when I eventually do it. But yeah, like I said, I trimmed it back hoping that would spark it to start back budding and maybe do a little better, seeing it was, I didn't completely defoliate it. I kept what leaves were still good on it. So there's that one. We'll see what comes of it. I did get a nicer maple at a nursery recently, less than a week ago. Really nice one. Maybe I'll go out and show that one to you before we're done. Here's that Japanese maple I got. I forget the name of it. Maybe it still has the tag on it. Yeah, there is the name of it. The top on the thing. It is a dwarf variety, so it won't grow a lot, but I don't need it to grow a whole lot. I like it. I like a lot of what I have. It's got a nice trunk. It's got a nice start on the top, and it grows these clusters of leaves instead of more out, which I think is neat. Let's put out some leaves. I didn't notice that. Put out some seeds. Must seed later in the year. I do know there's a few ones that do. It's got some nice roots starting on this side. The back side is missing roots, and then it's got this one weird root that comes up and goes over, and I'll have to get rid of that eventually. But other than, I think I'm gonna throw some soil in here to hopefully try to get it to put out roots, more surface roots. I'm not going to do anything to this year. Just going to let this grow the rest of the year, and then we're going to repot it, possibly into a bonsai pot next year, depending on what we got under there, how far I can get down the root base and all that. But yeah, this is a pretty good tree to start. Like I said, got a good canopy starting. Some things will have to be cut back a little bit, but we got a good start. And this I'm just going to leave for now, because it's kind of in a spot that could use maybe some more thickening of the trunk there in that area wouldn't hurt. So I don't think it'll hurt leaving it. But yeah, it's my new one. And this might be the replacement for the other one. It might be a replacement for the other one, not just another one. I may, when that other one gets, I'm sure it's healthy, I may look to get rid of it. I honestly wouldn't have bought that one if I would have ended up finding this one first. I really think this is a nice tree. So, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you next time.